Hello everyone. Hope you're all having a nice day wherever you are in the world. I'm just sitting in my little shed which I built myself out of old doors and glass panel roof which I salvaged from different areas, and it's a nice little place. I store all my they're the doors that I use to build this little shed, and I've got all my tools in here, and I've got bits and pieces, and it's just somewhere to sit occasionally and think about life and think about where all the years are gone. I do think a lot about my family that are no longer here. I remember growing up as a young lad in southeast London. Had a big family, had many cousins, and we all lived within a 2-mile radius of each other. Actually even closer than that, a lot of us, even up the road. My auntie and her big family, my 6 cousins, she had 3 boys and 3 girls, and they all lived up the road, and I had other family who lived close. So at Christmas, at New Year, we would all get together, and normally it would be in my mum's sitting room because she had quite a big house, and we would all sing and dance. Well, they would. I would like just stand there wondering what the hell's going on. I was only a little lad, and my mum would do the dance. She'd do the belly dancing, and she was very good at it, very good at doing the belly dancing. And my uncle would play the guitar and sing in Italian and other languages, because the whole family, they all came from Egypt. They came over from Egypt in 1956 in the Suez crisis. They had the right to come over to the UK because my great-grandfather, he had fought in the for the British Army in the war in Egypt, where they took control of Egypt. The British and the French took control, so it was a colony in Egypt, and my great-grandfather, who had fought in many battles in that war, he bought himself the right to be an officer, and he stayed on in Egypt, and he was in the Egyptian police, and he had one son who was my grandfather, and my grandfather, when he got married, he had many children, and when 1956 they were given the option of to remain in Egypt or to go to different countries. So the majority of his family, my grandfather's family, they all came over to England, and just spread out a bit, and bought properties and settled in England. So yeah, I am the son of an immigrant. So when I talk about immigration and things like that, I have a little bit of experience of it. But anyway, going back to the topic, I was only a little lad growing up in this strange family and all different nationalities, and I had many cousins. Some of my cousins were actually born in Egypt, and they came over. My oldest sister was born in Egypt, and my youngest sister was born, I think, en route or in France or somewhere, I can't remember. But anyway, they all came over and settled, and I was born. My mum left her husband and married my father, and I was born. And I grew up in this family, and at first, when I was growing up, it was strange because they were all like still had that Egyptian Middle Eastern kind of culture, and the food, some of the food that they cooked, I couldn't even look at it. It was awful, I thought, in those days. But as I grew up and my mum got older, and I ended up caring for my mum for 5 years. She had dementia, and I would actually cook her the food myself. I would research it, and I would make her the food. Molahaya. Molahaya is like this green soup. It looks gooey, and but it's actually quite, they call it Jew's mallow. Molahaya is the other term for it is Jew's mallow. It's like this leaf that they dry, and then they crumble it, and they make this soup out of it, and it's it goes back to ancient Egypt, and it's yeah, and you boil it, and you add some chicken or whatever meat you want, and you cook it in like a chicken broth, a chicken stock, or you can make the stock out of chicken and use that, and it's all gooey. You know, you don't see it in like English restaurants or anything. You can find it probably in Middle Eastern cuisine, and obviously the falafel and some other dishes. I would try my best to replicate those dishes for my mum, and she loved them. So it was a pleasure to look after my mum, who had dementia. Sadly, she passed away last year. It was a big loss for me, and the whole family, of course. And now I find myself in my early 60s, and my years are beginning to, I'm beginning to get old, you know, to those winding down years, but I don't want to wind down, you know. I want to have some adventures before I hang up my hat or whatever, and just wait for that knock on the door. So anyway, it's a little bit about me. Anyway, if I hope I can build some sort of channel. And so anyway, if you like listening to me, please press that like button, please press that subscribe button, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.